This is a comparison between two very popular vacuum cleaners. On this side, we have the Tineco Pure One S12, and on this side, we have the Belife BVC11. Now, both Belife and Tineco have a variety of vacuum cleaners, including a variety of stick format, portable, cordless cleaners, but these two are some of the most popular and the best selling of these two brands. But as you know, they are very different in price, this one being more expensive than this one. And in this video, I'm going to cover some of the reasons why and the main differences between them and the pros and cons so that you can decide for yourself which one to choose. As a disclaimer, I've owned this one, the Tineco, for about 3 years. So I know a lot more about the Tineco than I do maybe the Belife. I've got some notes here also to make sure that I get some of the facts and figures correct. One of the reasons why, it has a higher premium than the Belife is, of course, the research and development that goes into these things. This Tineco has a lot more patented technology than this one, and it's evident in use. Also, the second thing is the build material, in my opinion, is a lot better. So the plastic is of a higher quality and just it's better made. I've used it for 3 years, as you can see, and it still looks relatively new. You can see some wear and tear on the edges where, they basically just sprayed on the aluminium there onto plastic. But it's high quality plastic and it's very, very good value. Whereas on this, I get the feeling that the Belife was basically made with friendly budget. But when you're cleaning your carpets, you're not looking at the cosmetic quality of what you're using, rather you're looking at the functionality, aren't you? As I said before, they're both battery operated, so they're cordless. Tineco has 500 watts of power, while the Belife has 150 watts. So the Tineco is more powerful. As such, you see it does suck up more dust and debris a lot more efficiently. The filter in this one is a HEPA filter, but it's cleanable dry fashion. So Tineco comes with an accessory that helps you clean the filter. You can replace the filter also by just purchasing the new one when it gets old. The Belife's filter is washable, so you can take it out and actually wash it and replace it. So another thing that people look at is the size of the waste bin. First of all, can I just say that the design and position of the Tineco's bin is a lot better, because all you have to do is put this over a bin, you press the button, and that flips open. And this is also how you remove the filter for cleaning, and it's easy to access and clean, right? The capacity of this bin is 0.6 liters, which is more or higher capacity than that on the Belife, right? So if you look at the position of the Belife's bin, it's on top here. So when you want to open that, you have to sort of make sure you remove all accessories, turn that this way, and you pull this trigger here, and that pops open. So it's easy to clean, but it has a tendency of, some of the debris getting on the body of the vacuum cleaner, which isn't always the best. Obviously, you can also remove the filter here and clean around it, but you can also remove the entire thing. I'm not going to remove it now, but again, it doesn't detach from some of the electronic parts, so you can't wash it separately. There's a clip here that I feel that you can probably get in there if you really wanted to, but I haven't tried that, so I'm not going to talk about it. In terms of capacity, that's 0.4 liters, so it's smaller than the Tineco's, which means you have to basically empty it more times than you would the Tineco. The next question people ask about these cordless vacuums is, how does it perform when you clean stairs? Now, the Tineco, like I said, comes with a lot more accessories, including a dedicated stair roller. So that is a little bit smaller in its width, and you can easily get up the stairs because the accessories are so well built. In terms of accessories, the Tineco basically beats the Belife hands down. The Belife, on the other hand, comes with these small accessories that are supposed to be used to clean your cars, nooks and crannies, and spaces that you wouldn't usually use the big rollers for. Again, it works, but not as well as the Tineco in terms of cleaning stairs. But in terms of weight, they're both lightweight. Actually, surprisingly, the Tineco is just as light. They're about the same weight, actually. They feel about the same to the hand, even though the Tineco is a bit bulky around the top, as you can see, but in terms of length, the Tineco is actually smaller. Carrying up the stairs, both of them are equally light, so you won't get any problems with the weight. In terms of noise levels, the Tineco actually prides itself in being relatively quiet. I'll fire that up for you. Okay, that's the standard use. That's the quiet use. That's the loudest. Okay. But surprisingly, the Belife is actually quite quiet too. Okay, that's the maximum. No. That's the quiet. Medium. Maximum. So the Belife is marginally louder on the higher end, but on the low end, they're both quiet enough, right? Remember the Tineco is higher powered at 500 watts and the fan's actually working harder. It's impressive that it can be that silent next to something like a Belife, which is a little bit weaker. And of course, the Tineco will pick up more dirt from your carpet and other surfaces than the Belife. In terms of use and technology, like I said, the Tineco has a lot more to offer in that perspective. It has automatic settings that can detect how much power is needed based on the surface. The rollers, some of them have illumination, so they have light, so you can actually see what you're cleaning, and it actually exposes the dirt. It's really, really useful, especially on hard floors like wood or lino. And it really, really helps to, basically show you where the dirt is that you need to clean. Belife, on the other hand, has also has touch control, but doesn't have any automatic settings. So basically, making a choice between these two, technologically speaking, isn't actually that much. The main choice you're going to be making is, I want to spend more on a device that's probably going to last a little bit longer. Remember, I've been using this for 3 years. It's still nice and kicking. I've had an issue with one of the rollers, which has now broken, and I need to replace it after 3 years. But again, I used it really, really heavily, so that's fair enough. The actual main body of the vacuum cleaner is doing well, and of course you can always get more accessories for it later that you didn't get with the original pack. But again, you're paying more, or are you going to pay less, much less, for something that does a great job but may not last as long as the more expensive one and doesn't have as many accessories and such, isn't as flexible as this one?